Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money,
Dollar, dollar.
What's up people, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to farm super credits solo as efficiently as possible in Helldivers 2. So starting with the loadout, for your primary take the crossbow or eruptor, for your secondary grab the grenade pistol or ultimatum, and for your grenade use frags, high explosives, impacts or dynamite. Any light armor with 550 speed and 125 stamina regen will do the job. A lot of people think the scout passive is a big bonus, but in reality it doesn't do much on the lower difficulties, which is where we'll be farming, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. On a quick side note, if you wear heavy armor and super credit farm,
stop it. Get some help.
For the booster, I recommend stamina enhancement. Some people go for the UAV recon, but similar to the scout armor passive, I just don't feel like it makes that much of a difference. One setting you will want to change is your compass. Switching it from normal to wide will help POIs stand out a little bit more clearly as they appear. Next, you have to pick the right planet, and there's four main things that you want to avoid, and that is low visibility, water, mountains and cities. Low visibility is self-explanatory, it just makes it harder for you to see POIs. Water and mountains are no good because they reduce the amount of land where POIs can spawn. And cities might seem good, and sometimes they are, but a lot of the time their POIs end up being resupply zones. Mega cities can also be included in that, which also have very hit or miss POIs on top of very poor lines of sight. You can preview maps before loading in, so take a second to check. Here's an example of a bad map and here's an example of a good one. You want to see flat, open terrain across the board, and also check if the mission takes place during the day or the night, which will affect how easy you're able to see POIs, as well as if you have stamina drain. When selecting the mission difficulty, you can pick from 1 to 3, but anything higher than that just spawns more enemies and rare samples, which will replace super credits and medals in POIs. I personally think that difficulty 1 is goated. You have a smaller map, a similar amount of POIs, fewer enemies and no bases. Mission types can play a factor. I tend to find that missions like illegal broadcasts or upload data tend to be flatter and easier to explore than ones like destroy brood commanders, but honestly I wouldn't be too picky about it. Sometimes you're going to get good maps and sometimes you're going to get bad maps. You just want to get in and out as fast as possible to make up for any ones that are duds. Some biomes that I'd recommend farming on are dune planets like Fact Bay, moon planets like Clarel, and desert planets like Grandarant. Here's what I want you to run for stratagems. First, the FRV or fast recon vehicle for extra movement. Second, the warp pack so you can get into bunkers solo. This is absolutely massive and basically the whole reason why I'm making this solo guide. Third, the anti-material rifle or laser cannon. It's a bit of a niche use, but I'll get into that later. And the last slot is flexible, so just take whatever you like. Once you're in your mission, you can call down your stratagem straight away, and while you're waiting for them to land, you can see how the extra wide compass makes the question marks for the POIs just stand out a little bit more. The 3 POIs you're going to be looking for is number 1, beacons, which blink with a yellow light. Number 2, crates, which are blue or orange and are usually found around blue or white buildings, but not always. And number 3, bunkers, which can be found above or below ground. Now that you know what you're looking for, you're ready to go. I like to land as far away from the extraction point and main objective as possible and work my way around in a circle. It also helps to keep an eye out on your map and look for rock formations, deep holes, unnatural looking shapes in general, as well as man-made structures, because these can all lead to POIs. And another trick is that you can open your map up and move your cursor around, and sometimes you'll see POIs appear that you might have missed. Some people think that this only works with certain armors, but from my experience it works with most, especially after your first match. So if it's not working, just load into a new mission and try out the same armor again. And you might remember there was 2 support weapons that you could choose earlier. The reason for these is that sometimes crates have explosive barrels beside them, so instead of using your crossbow or frag grenade and setting them on fire, you can use your laser cannon or anti-material rifle and avoid the fire, speeding the process up and making sure that you don't get hurt. And that's pretty much everything you need to know. With this setup you'll be able to solo farm super credits fast and unlock all the war bonds and superstar armors in no time. If you don't have the war pack yet, use the jump pack instead, but you will miss out on a lot of super credits from bunkers, so if that's the case, throw in an SOS beacon as well or bring a friend to help, but everything else from the guide still applies. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you found it helpful, please subscribe. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.